There is a new meta ads hook formula that is quietly 2xing results, but nobody is using it. And this formula creates irresistible ad hooks that are impossible to scroll past. Now, I personally advise on over $200 million in ad spend across Facebook and TikTok, and it turns out if people are scrolling past your ads and they just aren't converting, there are 4 major mistakes that cause this. And if you solve these 4 and use this new formula, your ads can skyrocket immediately. So in today's video, I'm going to break down these 4 tactical changes to make your ads impossible to scroll past with real life examples of how to implement them. Now, before I get into the 4 mistakes, let's just talk about what a winning Facebook ad hook actually looks like. Understanding this will make you so much more money with your ads. Your ads only have one purpose: stop the scroll and draw them in. Now, to do this, you need to do 3 things. The first is you have to interrupt the pattern of the feed. The human brain is a pattern recognition machine. Your brain performs over 6,000 of the same thoughts every single day. 95% of them are the exact same thought. It's constantly telling you you already know this, no need to relearn it. This is why pattern disrupts are so important. It's something your brain doesn't know yet. Your ads have to look unusual. It needs to drive curiosity and deliver some kind of initial shock. The second is you must deliver a moment of curiosity. So many ads are like the bodybuilder diet. No offense to bodybuilders, we actually crush it with them. But in the bodybuilding diet, it's just chicken and rice with maybe some greens. There is no sizzle, no flavor, no spice. And that's just how most people's ads are. You want them to gain a moment of energy and excitement for what they just stumbled on. The third is you have to give them a specific benefit or outcome. What problem is going to be solved by watching this? After they get the gold they just stumbled on, what is going to happen next? Is their acne cured? Do they look better? Will they become stronger or more focused? Do the jeans fit just right? Will their teeth become more white? If you will use this 3-step ad framework, I assure you, you will be able to see a better return on your ad spend. Now that we understand what a winning ad is and the framework behind it, this is where the 4 mistakes that you're probably making come into play. Mistake number 1, not delivering value in the hook within the first 1 to 2 seconds of the video. When you delay the big benefit or what the ad is about too long in the video, it creates confusion and the human brain immediately tells you to scroll. You want to cut out all the fluff and have total clarity in that first 1 to 2 seconds of the ad. You want to get right to the point and provide that clarity to the viewer literally as fast as humanly possible. So if you have a creative team or if you do this yourself as a solo founder, you need to look at your ad scripts. If your big benefit isn't in the first line within the first 1 to 2 seconds, it's a big reason why your ads aren't performing. Here's an example of exactly what a bad ad looks like.
What's up, guys? So a lot of you have been asking me about this bundle, and I'm here to give you the secret.
All right, so it took 5 seconds for him to get into his hook. And one of the very first problems we have with this is we don't even know what he's selling, what this is about, and
This is back, right? What's up, guys? So a lot of you have been asking me about this.
he says, "What's up, guys? A lot of you have been asking me about this bundle. We don't know what the bundle is. We don't know who this person is, who's asking." And he's already introducing, himself and saying, "What's up?" in the very beginning. Most people are going to be lost here. This isn't a very strong hook, and it makes sense as to why, because this ad only ran for 11 days and this brand figured that out pretty quickly after seeing the results. But they could have saved a lot of money and saved themselves from having to test this ad if they had already knew how to formulate the ads like we're discussing today. Here's what we want a good ad to look like.
The thermal shred stack is great for both men and women and consists of 4 different supplements.
All right, there you go. We got the hook. We know immediately what we're getting.
The thermal shred stack is great for both men and women.
The thermal shred stack is both great for men and women. What does that mean? Well, the person who's scrolling by is immediately being self-identified. If you're a man, if you're a woman, you're automatically already engaged and you want to listen. Not only that, but he states exactly what you're getting up front. It's a stack that he's put together and handcrafted for you. And there's also a few more visuals going on. He's showing all 4 products within those first couple of seconds and then immediately showing the entire bundle as he's talking about it. This is a great way to hook people. It puts your product in focus and allows total clarity to happen immediately. Now, mistake number 1, just to recap, is not delivering the hook within the first 1 to 2 seconds of the ad. And now that we understand how to correct that mistake, let's look at number 2. Mistake number 2 is even more important, the headline. This is probably what you didn't expect me to say, but we manage over $600 million in ad spend, and I personally advised on over $200 million over the last 10 years. That's a lot of ad dollars that we've helped deploy to learn this data. And the headline is so important that over 80% of ads flop because of the headline. So here's the bad ad headline.
Mr. Quintana the other day wanted to see if the rumors were true, and I kid you not, I cannot see this.
Okay, I don't even really see the headline. I don't even know what's going on. I don't know what they're selling in this video. And then it says see more from Tala. Okay, why do we need to see more? Why can't we just state the product up front or state what we're solving or what it is that we're getting, the offer? Anything other than this headline could be better. And so she says, I bought some stuff from Tala the other day and I wanted to see the rumors are true. If we don't know what Tala is, we don't know what this means. Is it clothing? Is it a supplement? We don't know. And that's the problem with having a bad headline. You need to immediately understand within that first couple of seconds what it is that you're offering, and it needs to be clearly stated in captions, in the video, and in your actual headline on your ad if it's being shown on Meta or other placements. So let's look at what a good ad headline looks like.
My boyfriend's BO was terrible, so I told him.
Okay, that is a great headline. My boyfriend's BO was terrible, so I told him. Now, this is alluding to a bar soap, which is being clearly visualized in the video in the very first second. We also have a very curiosity-driven headline. People are going to naturally wonder what it is that she told him because they might experience bad BO themselves. This is a great headline. Not only that, but we state the offer in the headline section on Meta that is 15% off plus free shipping. This is a key call out for the offer, and it pairs well with a very curiosity-driven headline. Now, I'm gonna show you how you can also do this with ChatGPT and get 10 more variations of tests just like this. What we're going to use is this exact prompt here, and we're gonna say, give me 10 variations of this Facebook ad headline, make it visceral, ultra-specific, and very direct. Each headline should include a specific benefit, pattern disrupt, and curiosity. And we're gonna limit it to 45 characters so it fits. Here's the example headline, and you'll provide either your best headline or a competitor's headline that you want to have a spinoff from. You're going to paste this exact prompt, and here's an example of the one I just took from that bar soap from Dr. Squatch, and I pasted this in, and it gave me some more headlines that we can potentially use. And these are pretty good. Her nose wrinkled, then I switched soaps. That immediately tells us what it is that we're getting as the product, and then it also alludes to something by driving in on people's insecurities. Well, if your girlfriend, your family members, their nose is wrinkling and you smell bad, a lot of people are gonna wanna solve that problem. It covers a lot of different factors and also piques curiosity of what this soap could be. When my girlfriend finally hugged me, again. Okay, this is also playing into insecurities, and these are very unique headlines that stop the scroll. In our storytelling, they have a lot of different varieties all baked into one single headline. This isn't, just the 3 reasons why you need X. This says all of that in less words. So your headline is very important. And this is what I do with my clients every single week. We take our winning ads, run it through this process again and again, so that way we can maximize results. And mistake number 3 is actually very simple, yet the number 1 most common mistake, which is confusion. This means the viewer is literally just not able to understand what the ad is about. There's no clear flow, your messaging is off, and the viewer just doesn't get what's going on in the video and why it is for them. So let's zoom out here and think about this. You want them in the mental process of, I've never heard of this before, or I didn't know that they could do that. Instead, we have them in the middle ground of, should I watch this or not? Or even worse, what am I watching? Here is an example of exactly what I mean by confusion, which is what we don't want. All right, let's watch how this ad can be very confusing.
The FDA only requires an antiperspirant to control or reduce sweat by 20%. We 4x that and then some. Our sweat control reduces sweat by 89%, so 4 times the sweat blocking capabilities of the FDA's minimum.
What are we talking about here? This ad is so confusing. We're talking about bulletproof. What's bulletproof? Then we mentioned sweat. Is this something you put on your body? Is this something you take, orally? What exactly is going on in this ad? We have no product placement really, other than a brief second that he points. He's looking away from camera. It's kind of hard to follow his thoughts. He's rattling off a lot of different statistics, and we don't really understand what's going on yet.
It's pretty cool. Won't have to reapply deodorant halfway through the day.
Okay, 19 seconds in, he now mentions deodorant. We don't even know if he's selling a deodorant product yet. This could just be a review of something, and we might not even realize this is something he's selling yet.
You won't have to pack an extra shirt or take a shower after work, because our stuff, well, it's not bullet.
Our stuff, he's not being very specific here. It's very vague. And then his bulletproof hook, which was a little confusing, he's now showing what looks to be a can of something, which I assume is his deodorant in this case now, is not bulletproof, which there's not much relevance here, and it's not necessary, to really allude back to this. It'll just cause more confusion.
Bulletproof, in the literal sense, it is bulletproof when it comes to odor and sweat.
Okay, so he kind of, ties it all back at the end, which is okay, but it took him 29 seconds to get to the point. Okay, we get it. Your deodorant is bulletproof for sweat. Why don't we just say that in the first couple of seconds and then went into all the other aspects of your deodorant so that way we could get people to buy? Well, not everybody knows how to do that, and that's okay. That's why we're here. Now, let's go ahead and look at one that is a good ad that clearly demonstrates exactly what you're getting and also has all of the other factors that make it important for a buyer's journey to understand, so that way we can get people to get our product and move on about their day.
Once people try Oats Overnight, they're usually like, oh, okay, I get it now. I'm Brian Tate. I'm the founder and CEO of Oats Overnight. Today, our oat shake has been enjoyed over 25 million times. I still can't believe it all comes from our little team here in Tempe, Arizona. These days, customers do their own research. They Google everything. They're looking at what these ingredients stand for, what they mean, and we think about that when we formulate every single flavor, from start to finish.
Okay, there's a lot going on in this video, but we clearly know exactly what's happening within the first couple of seconds. They're selling oats. Not only that, but we add social proof by baking in all of the buyers. We show real faces. We show the product in use. We show their warehouse. So now we know they're a company. We know there's a story behind it. The founder's talking about the product. We know this is something that people love. And so all of these factors are being played in a matter of seconds. We know that people care about the ingredients, and we're starting to self-identify. Before you know it, somebody feels invested in the story and gets all the information they need through one video to make a single purchase decision. Ads like these convert extremely well. In fact, I've covered this before with founder stories. But this is the type of ad that allows you to get consistency, clear understanding, and allows good flow through of the video so that way you can convert. There's a big difference. You can play back the video we just watched and see how stark in contrast these two ad styles are. So to make sure you don't make this third mistake, you'll want to follow these two things. One, use less amount of words, but be more direct and to the point. Number two, speak and write in a 5th grade reading level that people can understand, and you can use ChatGPT to do this for you. If you have any questions about why you should do this at a 5th grade reading level, just look at Mr. Beast or Steve Jobs. They both have delivered some of the most viewed dialogues of all time, and both of them are at a 5th grade reading level. This provides ultimate clarity for your audience and leads them to converting way easier, and we can appeal to the masses. To do this inside of ChatGPT, just drop your ad copy and say, I've written a hook for a Facebook ad about XYZ topic, and I want to increase the clarity and framing of the topic at a 5th grade reading level, so it's impossible to misunderstand. Now, before I move on to the last mistake, inside of Ads Mastery, which I've left in the description for you, you get personalized one-on-one calls with us each week to help you craft this very thing and help you build out your full funnel to scale profitably. So definitely go ahead and check out that link in the description. Now, the fourth and last mistake. By now, the viewer is clear on the topic. The viewer is clear that this video is for them, yet they still aren't converting. Here's why this could be. You don't have an interest loop in your ads. This is when you get the viewer to ask themselves a question after the hook, which leads to clarity that loops them right back into another question. This process goes back and forth to basically retain people throughout the video, and is called an interest loop. It is literally your secret weapon for stopping the scroll and keeping them engaged. So how can we get this viewer to stop and ask themselves a question that leads to clarity that brings up more questions? Well, you want to include distance or comparison in the initial hook. That means showing them the distance or comparison between their belief and the alternative solution that you are offering. So an example of this is, this one hack will turn yellow teeth into snow white in 24 hours without any side effects. What I'm doing is creating a comparison in your mind to your current solution, such as veneers or expensive teeth whitenings, using uncomfortable whitening strips, long wait times, expensive gels, etc. And instead, I'm positioning a better alternative that I offer, which is snow white teeth without all the expensive and uncomfortable stuff. That distance is what creates curiosity and makes the user's mind start asking questions. It's literally as easy as 1, 2, 3. Number 1 is the normal solution their brain is used to. Number 2 is your alternative solution that you offer that is more effective, safer, and cheaper. And number 3 is our conversion, or in this case, them clicking on our ad. So let's look at a really good example of this.
If you have yellow teeth, what's this?
I just. Oh my god.
The reason this formulation works is simply due to color theory.
Boom, that's it. Now you might not have caught this, but here's how it breaks down. The first part of this video.
Purple can. If you have yellow teeth,
That's the first hook where we're showing the comparison, right? And then we're going to open up the loop.
Watch this. All formulation works is simply due to color theory.
Right here. Now we're opening up something which is showing a visual, and it's going to allow people to ask a question of what exactly is this? Because people haven't seen something like this before. What does purple and yellow have to do with whitening teeth? That is your second curiosity loop, which then gets them asking questions because you have your first hook, engages them. Second is the loop, which keeps them more engaged throughout your video because now you've opened up Pandora's box and they're more curious and need to know what the answer is. And then throughout that video, he'll go on to repeat this process until you fully understand what it is that you're getting and buy. This is a perfectly framed format. So to recap, what we just learned about creating irresistible Facebook ad hooks that are impossible to scroll past. Your Facebook ad hooks must include these 4 pillars. Your hook must deliver value within the first 1 to 2 seconds of the video. Your headline must be ultra specific and include a pattern disrupt, specific benefit, or big promise, and create curiosity. Your hook can lead to 0 confusion for what your ad is about. And finally, your hook must include interest loops. Now that you understand how to structure your hooks properly, you'll want to use this hook framework with these 5 viral ad formats that I have listed for you in this next video here for the best results. I've also have listed for you in the description as well. I'll see you inside of that video, and let's start building out your 5 viral Facebook ads, and I'll see you in just a second.